3?
Well, you 4.
You and I and Vistal and who else?
George.
George? Yes.
George, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hi, George. How are you? Your hair also long.
Oh, yeah. Getting back to the 70s. Oh, the late 60s.
Well, it's in fashion now. Nobody have haircut.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
Hi, this
I
is
don't need
Ashish.
a hair. I don't need a haircut.
Is that who's it?
We
Ashi?
have a-
Yeah, this is Ashish.
Okay, so we have quorum.
So we have a quorum. Should we start the meeting now or
It's already time.
okay?
Hi, this is Rob. I'm just going to jump in really quick just to make sure everybody could see the agenda on the screen.
Yes. Thank
Great.
you so much for posting the agenda. So with that, may I just start the meeting?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to call the meeting to order. Tonight is Wednesday night, August 5th, 2020 at 7 p.m. And the meeting is conducted via virtual meeting only. The meeting will be live streamed and view of the meeting live. You can view the meeting live on Facebook with the link that you see Robert is posting right now. And you also can see it in YouTube, or you can see it via the web at again at the link that we post, on the agenda. Interest
Okay.
public member may provide comment by submitting written comment via the city website at listed, and comment entry will only be available during the meeting. Commenter may state their name and address for the record and so limit their remarks to 3 minutes or less, which is approximately 300 words or less, or the amount of time as designated by the chair. Meeting comment may also be submitted to Mr. Masala at ci.milpitas.ca.gov. City staff will monitor the comment and read out the comment during the meeting at the approval of the chair. This meeting will be conducted with professionalism. Profanity or vulgar language will not be read. So, yeah, those are direction. I'm gonna need Robert to let us know later if he have received any public comment later during the public forum. Right, Robert? Robert,
That is
are you
correct.
there?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Excellent. So, shall we move to number 2 on our agenda tonight with its pledge of allegiance?
Yes.
And I understand that you have our national flag that you're gonna post, Robert. And Commissioner Leon, would you like to read the Pledge of Allegiance tonight?
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Let's go stand and let's begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
America.
to the republic which stands, one nation, under God,
One nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty
with
and
liberty,
justice for
justice for all.
One nation under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much, Commissioner Leon. And right now, I would like to do a roll call. And I would like to just go down the list of all the commissioner first present tonight. And I hope that, some other commissioner can join in right about now or just a little bit later. But with us right now, my name is Van Lan Truong. I'm currently chair of the Community Advisory Commission. And I recognize that Mr. Ashish Katabukar is the vice chair. He's here. Are you here?
Yes,
Ashish?
present, ma'am.
Excellent.
Yes, present.
Yes. And I would like to call Commissioner Oscar Leon.
Yes, present.
Excellent. Thank you. And I've also seen Commissioner George Chang. George, are you there?
Yes. Yes,
Great.
present.
Thank you. And Commissioner Vishal Gandhi.
I'm here.
That's excellent. So that make was it 5 of us? Let me
Oh,
see
I
how
am
many-
here.
Thelma,
Oh, Thelma, are you
All right.
here?
I am
Thelma
also.
Batila is here.
Excellent. How about Jose? Jose, are you here?
I'm here, present.
Oh, good, good. Thank you. Welcome. And Commissioner Gilroy Casanova, the third.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Thank you. And Commissioner Kavita Sridhar. Commissioner Sridhar, are you here? So I guess he's not here yet. So with that, I think we have more than enough quorum. So first of all, we need to sit the alternate. Do we need to sit the alternate, Robert? We have everyone here.
You don't need a space for an alternate. You only see the alternates when
we don't have enough, right?
we don't have enough.
Okay, so that's great. So we have enough. Shall we move on to approving of the agenda for August 5th?
Yes, I
May I have a motion?
I have a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay.
Second.
Seconded.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we would like to have a motion to approve of the meeting minute dated April
I
1st.
move-
Yes.
Okay, I move that the minutes of the last meeting be approved.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Before we move to public forum, I would like to welcome White. Can I
There's no
welcome
second here.
White Mayor?
You have to do a second first for the minute.
I
Oh.
second.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
I thought I hear somebody
Good.
second. I apologize.
Now you have to make the vote.
Yeah. So
Those
we
in
have
favor. Those in favor to approve the minutes.
thank you very much, Thelma.
Yes.
Call it in.
Okay, so some of you I can't really hear very well.
I.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? No. Okay, so moved. Thank
Motion.
you. So we approve the agenda for tonight and we also approve for the meeting minute. Thank you so very much. Before we move to public forum, I would like to welcome Vice Mayor Bob Nunez tonight and would like to thank all the staff, especially Robert, Sarah, and Rachel for setting up the meeting. Oh my God, what happened? Hi, Robert. Did something happen in my end or it's just the IT?
I think as a reminder to everybody, if you could stay on mute, that would help reduce the echo.
Okay. So everyone, would you kindly just mute and unmute when you speak?
Chair Van, are you using both your cell phone and your laptop?
No, I just use my laptop only. Oh my God, this is so weird. So, Robert, how could we fix the problem? Because I just have the laptop.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
mean the desktop.
apologize. I'm working on it on my end. I'm trying a few things. Try to continue. If it's not too difficult, we'll try to work on it on our end.
Okay, thank you so much. So why don't we move to public forum? Robert, again, with this part, I would like to ask to see if you have received any public comment. So if you do, you can read about it right now.
Thank you, Chair. At this time, there are no public comments.
All right. Since we have no public comment, shall we move to announcement? Do we have any announcement from any commissioner or the staff?
I just have something
quick to share.
Hi,
Hi,
Chair
Chair
and
and
Commissioner.
Commissioner.
This is Sharon Goey.
Goey.
Just gonna let everybody know
that
I'm gonna try to stay quiet tonight. I've been feeling under the weather and talking just kind of is making my throat really irritated. So I'll mainly be listening, and Robert and Sarah will be presenting tonight. So
I really apologize because I have a problem listening to everybody because there's so much echo on my end, so I can't really see, hear you well. So
Yeah, there's also an echo. With mine is also there's an echo. Yeah.
Can you lower down your volume?
Okay. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay, that's excellent. So shall we move on with
Yes, just lower down.
Just lower down again?
Yep.
It's fine now. I think you're fine. Yes.
But then I can't hear you very well. But there's no echo, right?
Madam Chair?
No, it's better now.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Commissioner Kavita, have you just joined us now? Kavita, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Great. Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome. Okay, now I can see you. So we are now at number 8 in our agenda, which is the announcement. I have just asked if anyone, commissioner, have any announcement, or if the staff have any announcement before we move on to item number 9, which is the city liaison report. Last call for announcement.
I don't know if you heard what I said earlier.
Yes.
I apologize. I don't know why I should have the problem of hearing tonight. That's really weird.
Madam Chair?
Yes?
This is Rochelle. And the echo is coming from the Building Housing Director, Sharon Goey. Sharon?
Oh. I'll double check.
Yes, Sharon, you're the one who's emitting the echo. I muted your cell phone already.
Okay, how about right now?
Yes, you still do.
Sharon, are you in a room where somebody else is also logged on to the meeting? It could possibly be that there could be an echo because of that.
Sharon, if you mute your laptop and then just use your cell phone, I think that would be better.
The whole time. Double checking.
Yeah. You can use your,
Well, I'll just make it really quick. Huh? I was just gonna.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was just gonna let everybody know really quick. Sorry, I've been really feeling under the weather. So I'm gonna kind of stay quiet tonight because talking has been really irritating my throat. So Robert and Sarah are gonna be presenting tonight, and I will mainly be listening in. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much. So let's move on to item number 9 on our agenda, which is the city liaison report. With that, I would like to invite Vice Mayor Bob Nunez for his report.
Thank you very much. So I really just first want to thank all of you for coming back. Having a month off was sort of nice. And I know that there's a lot of work to be done. One of the things I'd like to do is invite any person from this committee that would like to join some of the committee work that we're doing for the housing subcommittee. The chair and myself for hosting 4, and it looks like there's going to be a 5th committee to help us look at ways to assist the community. And we're looking at social services, we're looking at rent relief, we're looking at a number of things. And so if you'd like to be part of that representing this commission, please send me a text or an email. My phone number is 408-598-6101. And I'll make sure that we do what we can to place you on one of those committees. As we're moving forward, they've met once or twice so far. And our goal is to make sure that we are ready when either there's grants available and or the next round for CDBG funding. So that's our request, to make sure that the voices are heard. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor Nunez, for your report. With that, may I move to the next item, which is the report from our city staff?
Madam Chair.
Yeah. Yes.
Could you? I would like to request the Vice Mayor to repeat the number, the telephone number, please.
Oh, you mean Bob number?
Yeah, Bob Nunez
Yes.
number.
Yeah, it's 408
Okay.
598 6101.
6101.
6101.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
You're
Bob.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So, so then should we move to item 9B with the report from city staff? If you have any report.
Thank you, Chair. No report at this time.
Thank you so much, Robert. So let's move to item number 10, which is the business item. I know this is the main purpose of our today meeting. I'm very sure that other commissioner also would like to hear the latest update on the community development block grant. So Robert, you can take over from here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I welcome everyone. It's great to see everybody again. And we're going to have a little presentation here for you about the Community Development Block Grant update. And to start our presentation, I will turn it over to Sarah. Sarah, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on my phone and now I'm unmuted on my laptop, so let me know if the sound is weird.
You're good.
Okay, great. So hi everyone, this is Sarah. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just going to give a brief background of what's been going on with CDBG. since we last spoke. A lot has happened due to COVID-19, so I'll be talking about also the COVID-19 response. The final allocation is complete, so we'll go over the allocation for all of our subgrantees and also a brief rent relief update. Okay, so as you guys all know, our original application window for fiscal year 2021 was from September 15th to October 31st, 2019. We then, all the applications that we received were the same applicants as last year. And we took those applications to the Community Advisory Commission to get your feedback on all of the applications and gather recommendations for our CDBG subcommittee, and that was on February 5th of 2020. Shortly after that, HUD released the CDBG allocation for fiscal year 2021, and it was announced that we received $676,413. Shortly after, we went to the CDBG subcommittee just to present the applicants to our subcommittee and also give them the feedback that you guys had provided at our February 5th meeting. On March 17th, Santa Clara County announced the shelter-in-place order would begin due to COVID-19, and there were a lot of updates coming in about CDBG and how that process might look a little bit different due to COVID-19. And in response, the CARES Act was enacted, and we received an additional $397,911 in CDBG funds. And it was also announced that we could use prior year funds that were not used from various years prior, and that total added up to $230,039. On May 21st, we went back to the CDBG subcommittee just to discuss kind of our city's goals in response to COVID-19. We established goals of focusing on housing, senior isolation and the digital divide, domestic violence, small business assistance, and also food and meal access. On June 15th, we met with the subcommittee again. We reviewed funding recommendations for City Council, and we received some additional direction from the subcommittee to explore a partnership between YWCA and the Milpitas School District for opportunities to bring some further education into our school district regarding healthy relationships. And so that was something that city staff kind of looked into over the month of June. On June 16th, we went to City Council and we discussed the use of CDBG funding for small business loan programs and rent relief. On June 23rd, we brought our final recommendations to City Council, and it was they were all approved. So our annual action plan amendment was approved for the prior year funds, and our 2020-2021 annual action plan was approved as well. So with the CARES Act, which was it was enacted in response to COVID-19, a lot more flexibility was brought about for CDBG. This included not having a public service cap for COVID-19 related activities. So usually there was a 15% cap for public services for CDBG, but that cap did not apply for any activities related to COVID-19. It also made substantial amendments easier to our annual action plan and our citizen participation plan, which kind of gave us a little more flexibility for all of the changes that we had discussed in response to COVID-19. It made the availability of CDBG CV funds, that additional about $400,000 of those CV funds, and also allowed us to use unused prior year funding towards COVID-19 related activities. So during this whole process, a lot of our discussion revolved around what our community needs were in response to COVID-19. And some of the big ones that we had discussed were rent relief. Our rent relief program was receiving, a lot more inquiries due to COVID-19 because there were a lot of people unable to pay their rent. We had discussed access to Wi-Fi and computers for seniors, students, and low-income households to help them shelter in place and reduce isolation. Legal help for renters, landlords, and homeowners dealing with delayed rent and mortgage payments. Groceries and meal delivery. Access to personal protective equipment for individuals who can't work from home, and also small business assistance. And I believe Robert's going to take over now and kind of discuss our final allocation that was approved by City Council.
Thank you very much, Sarah. So as noted earlier, the final allocation was approved by the City Council on June 23rd. The total amount of funds, as you can see here, is $1,364,363. And to just give you a visual representation of the funding, we've separated here by the various buckets. So $676,413 is what the city was awarded prior to COVID-19. These are known as formula funds. So this is what we received prior to COVID. And then $397,911 was awarded as a result of the CARES Act, as Sarah mentioned. And then the prior year funding, these are funds that had previously been awarded to applicants that were unsuccessfully spent by the end of their respective fiscal year. So the number is actually $290,039. And this money spans from fiscal years 2014 all the way through 2018. So in total, that's how we get the $1,364,363. So now we'll go through the activities and allocation amounts. Madam Chair, may I ask to mute your microphone, please?
Yes. You mean to mute or unmute?
Mute, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So now we'll go through the activities and the allocation amounts. I'll provide a brief summary of the project as we go through the slides. So there's about 5 slides here. The first 2 slides will cover our initial public service activities. Now, these are activities you've seen before. These are activities that we funded similar projects last year, and you saw at the February CAC event. Catholic Charities will fund their long-term ombudsman care program for seniors and disabled adults. Child advocates will provide foster children, court-appointed advocates who offer mentorship and guidance. Nextdoor will offer support to victims of domestic violence, and Senior Adults Legal Assistance provides free legal assistance to low-income or at-risk seniors. Okay. Continuing with our public service, we have SVILC, who for this activity offers housing placement assistance and referrals to other service providers. The Health Trust provides their Meals on Wheels for homebound seniors. And YWCA has 2 projects here. The first project is a standard comprehensive services for victims of domestic violence. And the second project, as you see them grouped here, but the second project was created through the leadership of our CDBG subcommittee to explore a partnership opportunity between YWCA and Milpitas Unified School District to create a domestic violence prevention curriculum for MUSD students. So that project was also approved in addition to YWCA's domestic violence prevention comprehensive services project. So this slide will show the capital projects approved for the fiscal year. Terrace Gardens will replace 2 commercial ovens in their kitchen to serve all of their residents. Rebuilding Together will have 2 capital projects. The first will be a roof replacement project at the Sunny Hills apartment complex. The second will be to continue their work in our community, assisting low-income homeowners with necessary repairs. And this slide will show the amount of funds allocated towards program administration. Essentially, a portion of the grant that we get every year reimburses the city for the time spent managing the program. And per HUD guidelines, we are allowed to fund fair housing activities through program administration. So the city will fund Project Sentinel to do fair housing work on our behalf. Okay, the next two slides represent the activities selected to respond to or prepare for the coronavirus. These are the activities that we get a public service exemption for if we use the funds for COVID-related activities. So these are known as COVID-19 activities. So SVILC, this is a number here that you'll see. It's a partial aid to the rent relief program, and I'll explain this in a later slide. So the amount here is small, but you'll see later as to the total amount given to SVILC for rent relief. Child Advocates will procure PPE to allow them to safely complete the work they do on behalf of the city. The Milpitas Senior Center has 2 activities. The first is to provide laptops or tablets to seniors to counter social isolation caused by COVID-19. The second is to fund a portion of the Santa Clara County Senior Nutrition Program. And then on this slide, Milpitas Unified School District will provide nutritional assistance to low-income students who attend the school district. Okay, and so this slide continues with Project Sentinel and our COVID-19 activities. Project Sentinel will be implementing their It Takes a Village program. They're establishing a unique approach to rental assistance by mediating between landlords, tenants, and the mortgage lender to find solutions for non-payment of rent. So it's just another avenue of assistance for at-risk property owners and at-risk tenants in the community. The Milpitas Food Pantry will provide greater assistance to and enhance the food pantry's existing operations with their grant. Terrace Gardens will provide dinner delivery meals to all of their residents over the course of the next year. And they will also use the funds to purchase more cleaning supplies and PPE to better protect their residents. Rebuilding Together will use COVID-19 funds to restock their PPE so they can continue doing in-home rehab work in the community. And finally, the City Council approved an economic development activity for the Enterprise Foundation to provide micro enterprise businesses, which are defined as a business with 5 or less employees located in Milpitas with $5,000 grants to assist with COVID-19 related hardships. So all of the activities I just mentioned were funded through our formula CDBG, that $676,000 formula grant, and our prior year unused funding of $290,000. So the next slide will actually show you the CDBG's COVID CARES Act fund allocation, which was provided by the CARES Act. As you can see, a large portion of the grant was awarded to SVILC to administer the rent relief program. In total, and through the leadership of our Housing Subcommittee and CDBG Subcommittee, the rent relief program was awarded $341,400 to provide rental assistance to Milpitas residents. And then the final portion, as you see below that, was awarded to the city to assist in administering the program. So in summary, as you could see, just an overview of the total funds is broken down by bucket. $704,293 to public services. That's certainly a large amount for public services relative to our normal 15% process. $245,205 to capital projects, $200,000 to economic development, and $214,865 to program administration and fair housing. So that concludes our presentation, and Sarah and I are happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Robert, thank you for your report. I know that thing has evolved, and we are looking at so many different challenges, let's put it this way, that our community is facing. One of the areas that I'm really concerned about is the educational gap that is going to occur until the school system can go and perform and do the regular instruction. Too many low-income families or families who cannot work from home, people who are not on the software or businesses that can work at home are facing challenges. I'm talking about new families or families with school-age children that their instruction is going to be virtual, in which two elements are needed to be addressed by our society. One is the technical equipment that is required for the children to get the appropriate virtual learning experience. I'm talking about hotspots or internet access as one element. Another element is the hardware component of that. And then there's another reality that goes beyond that. And I know many communities, wealthy communities around the Bay Area are looking to address that with the now concept of PATS. How can we support the families who have children, age school children, in which no adults can be around because they have to go to work. These are low income, middle class income, who cannot afford to have somebody staying at home, assuming that they have all the elements of internet access and hardware to deal with education. The schools are going to provide at least until December virtual learning. And I am very concerned about the disparity and the challenges that this is going to create. I know that sounds maybe a question for school district, but actually is we as a community, what else can be done from our end to fulfill that tremendous need. There are places in which they are looking at having a small pads with kind of a childcare setting in which they will follow the instruction given by the school district, but then they will augment it, support that with a teacher or with or putting together a group of families. We have to understand that we're talking about families that they don't have an adult at home because they are working. So I have that has been in my mind, saying what can be done from our end. Is there anything that a CAC and with funding or with the city can help to alleviate the needs of our community?
Commissioner Leon, are you posing a question for everybody, or for Robert, or for the city staff? And we also have Vice Mayor Pop Nunez here. So can you, focus on that question with whom? Can you ask the question to a specific city staff, or
Thank
to
you.
all of us for comment?
I think all of us, if there is something that we as commissioners, or as when we are talking about CDBG allocation, I know that in the past we were looking at seniors and all those elements. And correct me, I'm not saying that that's not good. That's right. But this pandemic has created an additional disparity or need in our community. And this is about for low and medium mid-income families who cannot afford paying the $1,500 a month or more to send their children to an iPod or a place where, or they don't have the parents or at home that can continue with education. And so what can we do as a city? What can we do as a staff? I don't know. I am just throwing this out because I don't have an answer, and I'm concerned about those needs.
If I may, just for a second, the vice mayor has had his hand up here, and I would like to give him the opportunity to speak.
So thank you very much, Robert. What I want to be able to say is that I believe that many persons share your concern. And what we're trying to do, and I'll speak from the city's perspective, what we're trying to do is make sure that what we are looking at is the many different pots that we are able to access. So I know when we started looking at rent relief, the first time really we looked at the general fund, which was city dollars. Now we're looking at CDBG funds. We also know that we need to have a much stronger and focused relationship with the school district. So we actually are meeting every other week with the superintendent and 2 school board members, and that's with our city manager, council member Carmen Montano, and myself, and going over what are those areas that we can do things together, and what are those areas that we can really support the other one in. And one example would be the digital divide that was on this report before. We are putting some dollars behind that, but we're also looking at the 5G cell towers we're putting up, and Mike, I think, is in here someplace, is making sure that that we have access to that and helping those persons, both seniors and youth, so that they can use them. If you're a senior, it really helps you with regard to doctor's visits and other things, so you don't have to leave your home. And for youth, it's so that you're getting quality education if you're taking things, or you're taking your education through the internet and at home. But what we're doing is we're also asking service clubs to help us provide services to assist us. So I know Thelma's on in this group, and the Milpitas Executive Lions and the Rotary Club have joined together to provide masks to anybody that requests them within the city of Milpitas. So there's many groups. One of the reasons I think I asked for volunteers to sit on some of these other committees is specifically that we need to hear all the issues that are ongoing. Which ones can we really be effective at assisting with? which ones can we move on to a group that really is much more effective at addressing that concern. Because we can't do everything for everybody. And at this point, what we're trying to do is make sure that whatever dollars we get, be there CDBG, grants, our own general fund, that we're spending them in the right way to help those in need. And I think if you take a look at the way that they're displayed just here on this last chart that Robert has up, we've hit many areas that traditionally we haven't spent dollars on. And I think that goes a long way in saying that we looked at things differently and try to assist those in need while still providing the core services that CDBG funds have in the past. So if you're interested in like in education, one of the things you want to do is volunteer for that joint committee where we sit down and talk specifically about those kind of programs that hit the youth. If what you're really interested in is social services, then what you want to do is volunteer there. Or if you're a member of a service club, the Lions Club, Kiwanis, Rotary, or some other club, ask how you can partner with the city in doing some things to assist. What we found out is that we can't do it alone. We're going to need help. And we learned that through this process, really going through how we allocate the CDBG funds. And we kept coming back over. And I think if you ask Sharon and Robert and Sarah, what you're going to find is that I don't know how many times we came back to look at these numbers, but it was more than two because it kept changing. And so that's the world we live in now. And we have to be ready to keep changing, but the priorities are as they change on us. So thank you for bringing the topic up. And if you want to help, we're willing to have you sit at the table with us to review all those things. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor. Yes, I will be more than happy to help, but thank you for listening and to trying to explore whatever opportunities we can have. Thank you.
Oh, this is Commissioner Thelma Betillo. Commissioner Leon, could you email back what the concerns that you had mentioned? Because our high school, Milpitas High School, for example, they've started a tutoring program so that for the others that are uncomfortable with online and whatnot, but we do have opportunity there, and maybe the difficulty would be how to reach out to those students that may need help. And also we need to practice social distancing. So adults like me need to be involved with them. And as far as the Youth Protection Act, I will not be alone with any of the students and the youth. I will have to have someone with me, and including like this, like the online meeting or Zoom meeting, or we have a tutor meeting. We cannot be, as an adult, I cannot be alone with one or two students. I need to have another adult so that there will not be any issue with interaction with the youth. So I just want to address that. So if you have any specific concerns, we can help certainly. Thank you.
Well, I would like to thank Robert and Sharon for the wonderful update, CDBG update. And I noticed that some of the fund we proposed for support for rent release, I'm very glad to see all the lists that you have shown us tonight. And I want to thank the leadership at the city and the city staff for being very thoughtful for helping our residents, especially people that in great need of rent support, right? The rental support, rent relief, and also if we all concerned about the unemployment check that did not arrive for many people who need it, I think we need to advocate with our our own elected officer to make sure that um, the basic need of a resident being met, especially the low income and the working people, and the people that uh, we we say frontline staff. And I know it's a difficult time for many people, so anything we can do would be good. I would strongly encourage any commissioner, if you can join in and help with program like the Vice Mayor Nunez will mention. I volunteer with the social service, um, and because I work at the county, so anything that I can help, I'd be more than happy to. Um, and with that, Robert, will this presentation be sent out to each commissioner for their record?
I can
Robert,
certainly
are
do
you
that.
there?
Yes, ma'am. I can certainly do that.
Yes, I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for working so hard with the CDBG. I'm happy to see the presentation today with many COVID program. Thank you very much for that.
Chair, thank you so much. I just wanted to point out, I have 2 hands raised in the participants list. So Mr. Vice Mayor, I just want to make sure that your hand is raised. So I just want to make sure if you had something else, please feel free to chime in.
No, I don't. I apologize for not putting it down.
No problem, sir. Just wanted to make sure. Thank you. And then Kavita, Commissioner Sweetheart, you have your hand raised. So I'd like to give you an opportunity as well.
Yeah, I had a comment and a couple of questions, follow-up questions to what Commissioner Batillo and Commissioner Leon said. The comment that I had was it has been a battle and a struggle, especially for those in special education, since I'm intimately involved with it. I definitely think that we've been trying to work with the school district to see, because virtual learning doesn't work for a lot of our children. And parents are completely at a loss right now as to how to, provide for learning opportunities as well as supportive services, because these students have special needs. So even if there were a learning pod option, what can we do? Or I didn't know that this could be something that could be brought up in the CAC, and I'm glad that Commissioner Leon brought this up. If there was an opportunity, where would these sessions or pods happen? If they can, I'm happy to volunteer, and I actually messaged Vice Mayor Nunez as well already. I am happy to volunteer in this arena if there's anything that we can do to support the special education community, actually. And the question that I had for Commissioner Batillo was, you talked about the tutoring services. Where is this happening, and how can we, how can we contact the groups that are making this happen? Will they be open to working with special needs children?
Yeah,
That's another thing that I wanted to ask.
definitely. In the city of Milpitas, every April, actually, we have a special needs families that we host over at the Milpitas Community Center, but we didn't happen this year. So we have some list of students, and the city of Milpitas have a interest as well with that, but we didn't have much progress this year from the due to COVID. But certainly, if you are interested to, we can form that, and then if we have some students that need help, we will be able to do that. It's just that it's sometimes it's a way of reaching out, like with the CAC projects that we've had. We have all great projects, but it was difficult to invite the families to come. And so the same thing as this one. A lot of families actually didn't know where to go as well. So we have easy access before with the Milpitas Unified School District and the schools and all that, but now it's kind of difficult. So that's great. I'll send you. You can send me an email, and then we'll formulate something. It's just that we don't know who to reach out to, but we do have certain people like Commissioner Van Long is with the county, and they have a lot of projects there too. We can ask resource from the county.
That's wonderful. So I will send you an email. Have you shared it on the chat? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I will. And the other question was for Robert. This is with regard to your presentation with the enterprise project. If there are small businesses around Milpitas where they're talking about micro enterprise loans, do you have information that we can disseminate to some of the business community members? How do we about that particular organization?
Yes, thank you for that question. So we are in the final stages of the Small Business Assistance Program with the Economic Development Team. We hope to have more information by the end of this week, but we can certainly share that information with the CAC for you to disseminate to the greater community, as well as the Economic Development Team will be doing outreach as well, but we can certainly share that information with this group.
Great, thank you.
Any other comment or question? Well, we have 3 more minutes. I know that each of us have a lot of concern, a lot of question, shelter in place, and we deal with this pandemic. It has been very difficult for many of us, and as well as for many family in our city. I would like to use this moment to thank the Vice Mayor and all of the city council member in our city who have been working very hard. And in fact, they overwork. I know it's very difficult for many of the program that our commission plan to do. We don't know what the next month gonna be. We don't know how long the shelter in place order gonna be. Personally, as a county employee, I know that I will continue to work from home beyond December of this year, probably early next year. So I hope that we will put some thinking, some thought about the rest of our task for this year at the next meeting. I want to have this 1 minute for any one of you, of the commissioner, to express your concern. I apologize that in our agenda tonight, we don't have a roundtable discussion. We don't have that. We don't have enough time to do that. So before we adjourn, and before I ask for a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting, I would like to save this 1 minute for any one of you for your comment or concern or anything at this 1 minute.
I just wanted to say thank you to all the hard work that it's being done to try to accommodate the needs at this point with all the uncertainty. We are going through some difficult times of knowing what is next. but knowing that there's a goodwill of putting and thinking to put together whatever can come from our end to support our community is great to know. And Vice Mayor, please let me know, do I need to call you or what? Because I will be really interested on give my 5 cents of support and ideas for the task that you mentioned.
So just send me a text, so this way I have your information.
Perfect.
And we'll get started.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. So we approaching 8 o'clock. Actually, it's 8:01. So I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn tonight meeting.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
Thank you so very much. I want to thank all of you, all the commissioner who participate in tonight meeting. Once again, I would like to thank all the city staff that set up the Zoom meeting for us. I apologize for some of the technical difficulty in the beginning, but we learn a lot, as we go along. Everything is new. I'm learning too. So do forgive me if you can't hear me in the beginning of tonight meeting. And I look forward to see you all in September. And please stay safe, be well, do social practicing. I know difficult, but we have to obey all the order that given to us right now. So thank you once again very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good
Stay
night.
safe.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Be
Bye-bye.
safe. Thanks. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.